Quick disclaimer here, trading is very risky and carries a high level of risk. Anything said here is not a financial advice. Make sure you trade with money you can only afford to lose. Stay safe. What's going on, guys? It's a beautiful weekend out here again. This is the voice of TRADEWITHWORLDBANK, and I want to welcome you all new subscribers to the channel. On this TRADEWITHWORLDBANK channel, all we do is make weekly analysis, educational content, and educational video to help struggling or aspiring traders, also professional traders, to get simplicity in analysis and every other thing they're going to be doing in this market. All right, so in today's video, we're going to be looking at volatility indices, 5 assets of volatility indices: volatility 75 1S, volatility 75 index, volatility 25 index, volatility 25 1S index, and volatility 100 index. So we'll be looking at volatility index because today I just feel like, let's just do a little bit of volatility indices and let's see how everything's going to play out. But in this video, I won't be doing much time frame analysis. I'll be doing just a single time frame analysis. Okay, how to follow a single time frame analysis on volatility index, because most of the time when I trade volatility index, I follow just a single a single time frame analysis. So by next week, we're going to continue on our currency pairs. I just felt like, okay, let's dive into volatility index this week because it's been a very long time we talked about volatility indices. Now, looking at volatility indices, you can see this is the only asset I trade. Volatility 75 1S index is the only asset I trade. So you can see there's a lot of demand and supply price action going on over here, and a lot has happened over here also. Now, look, for me, I just follow the trend. I follow whatever I see. Right now, we're in a bearish trend, right? This is a bearish trend. At least from the left here, we have, a bearish market. Okay, so since I know that, I want to look for selling opportunities. But then why price is moving to the downside, we can see some supply zones as price is moving to the downside. Then after that, we know this is a supply zone that price should tap into before selling off. But then we all know that price should retrace or give us some buy moves into the supply zone before giving us the sell moves back again from the supply zone. So after knowing that we can't just watch price buy on its own. You have to look for a demand zone or a demand trade to push price into the major POI, which is your POI for the sell, which is going to continue the bearish trend. So you can look for buy opportunities on the demand zone over here. Since we've gotten a clean break of structure to the left, so since we've gotten a clean break of structure, this is a valid demand zone, and you look for your entry confirmation inside this demand zone over here. I always advise you use entry confirmation. It's always very important, and those are use risk or aggressive entry. This will be your module for entering the trade, and this will be the TP supply zone at the top. That will be the take profits region. So what am I expecting for volatility 75 1S index? What I'm expecting, like I just said, I'm expecting price to tap into this supply zone, give us a sell confirmation, and then continue selling off following this big overall sell structure we have there. Since I'm following just one time frame, so that is what I'm expecting on volatility 75 1S index. Or else, if it breaks out, what if it breaks out? Sorry about that. We never can tell. Price can break out. So when I get a breakout from this supply zone, we still have another supply zone over here. Then if this doesn't give us entry, we can use that supply zone for the entry, and then we'll take the sell from the supply zone. But what if there's a breakout? Now, if there's a breakout, now the case is different. We've gotten a break of structure at this high and at this high. Then what will I be looking for? I'm looking for a demand zone over here that caused the break of structure, and then I'll be using that demand zone for my point of interest, and then under mitigation, I'll be looking for my entry confirmation. So that is what I would love to see on volatility index. Okay, so what else can happen over here? Price can sell from here. Price can sell from here. Let's draw that out. You can see we've gotten a reaction already. So you can also look for opportunities to sell here, but I really don't like this kind of entry. Now this is where the Fibonacci comes in. Okay, this is where the Fibonacci comes in. From the swing high to the swing low, this is the highest point. Oh my god, I've not changed my Fibonacci settings. Let me quickly do that. Fibonacci is set. So where is the zone that is above 0.5? I have two beautiful supply zones that is above 0.5, which is the one that price is currently at over here, and this one over here. So then let me just delete the Fibonacci. Let me delete the Fibonacci. As you can all see, 0.6 and 0.7. So on these two beautiful supply zones, I would love to see my entry confirmation play out over here, and target to be there. Yes, so this is a very beautiful setup that I would really love to see play out, you know, in my trades. Then the next asset is volatility 75 index. So volatility 75 index. So this is volatility 75 index. I will be using just single time frame, also just to, you know, show you that yeah, you can use a single time frame analysis, but then do not try this if you really are not sure, you know, about how it works. You understand? So for me, you can see this is a very ranging price action over a very ranging price action. So now I'm forced to move to the 4-hour time frame or a smaller time frame. Okay, let's go back to 1-hour time frame. We're going to use the 1-hour time frame. On the 1-hour time frame here, I can see something. Supply zone has been mitigated. Now this is happening on its own. Okay, then this is another supply zone over here. So I'll love to see a sell trade from this supply zone. Okay, then this is also a demand zone, but this one is a counter trend demand zone. As you can see, this is against the whole buy trend, so you have to be careful over here. You have to be careful taking trades inside this counter trend zone. Let me delete this. So you have to be careful taking trades here, taking buys here. So the sells here are safe. Look for confirmation. If you love to use risk entry, still, you know, still very reasonable to take a risk entry trade there. But for me, I always love to use confirmation trade no matter what, no matter what. So this is what I'm expecting on volatility 75 one index, volatility 75 index, sorry, because right now price action is very choppy, but it's still choppy. But then you can see what is happening. It is hitting supply zones, giving us sorry about that, giving us supply zones, hitting the supply zones and moving forward. So still love to use the supply zone since we've gotten a liquidity grab to the top over here. We've gotten a liquidity grab and we've gotten a break of structure. Yeah, so that is a break of structure. Now I'll be waiting for a confirmation sell inside here. If I don't get a sell confirmation here, you look for a buy confirmation into this sell. But once you see a sell here, you might not really want to look for buys again because it is coming from a strong bearish supply zone. But if it hasn't touched this supply zone over here, then you can look for a counter trend buy that will push it into the supply zone. When it gets to the supply zone, it gives you your entry. You don't want to look for buying opportunities again. I believe that is clear enough. Into the next pair or asset right now. I'm calling it assets. This is not a pair. This is volatility 25-1. This is volatility 25 index. So following this singular time frame over here, I can see that it has bullish, you know, movements, though we can see some sells by the way, but it has these bullish movements, it has this bullish energy. If you refine, you don't eat. So this is the refined zone right now. And this is the refined zone playing out well. Yeah, this is the refined zone. Okay, so you can look for buying opportunities from here since the supply zone is still very far. This is the supply zone, right? Target is the supply zone. This is the supply zone. But since we are still very bullish, I don't think we have any problem trading this pair. Since we are still very bullish, you can look for buy opportunities inside here, and you take it to the next level, wherever it is going to be. Okay, so this is a beautiful buy setup. Plus we have liquidity here. That's enough confirmation for this trade. And what is the time? This is 8:05. So for me, I wouldn't still like to take a buy right now because of this week. This candle has not created a wick yet. This candle has not created a wick, so it might still want to wick down a little bit and create a wick before buying up. So I don't want to jump into these buys right now. That's just some simple candlestick psychology. Okay, I don't want to jump into the buys immediately. Now, next pair is volatility 25 1S index. Very, very bullish. As you can see. So I'm just following one single time frame right now. Okay, that has not been hit. And we have the last demand zone over here. Okay, that is the last demand zone. You can see this is a little bit simpler, but then it's only simple when you really get the hang around it. So almost the same thing like volatility 75 index, but this time the reverse is the case. The real trend is a bullish trend, so we want to look for buying opportunities, right? Want to look for buying opportunities. But if we hit this supply zone first, because we have a break of structure to the left, as you can see, if it is this supply first, then you should be looking for selling opportunities into this demand zone. Then after it is the demand zone, if it gives you buying opportunities, well, fine. If it doesn't, you hold the sell from this top to wherever it wants to go. So that is just the ideology. But then let me delete all this. And this is this is the time frame we're still looking at, and this is the setup we're still looking at overall. The setup we're still looking at overall. Remember, if it taps into this supply first, fine. But if it taps into this demand first, you don't want to look for selling opportunities again. Remember, don't forget. I think that will be all on this currency pair, volatility 25 1S index. And then the last pair is volatility 100 index. The very volatile pair is now heavier than volatility 75 itself. Back in the days, volatility 75 used to be the heaviest pair, most volatile pair, and so on and so forth. But now it's now volatility 100 index, but it's fine. So volatility 100, I'll be looking for this extreme zone to play out. Yeah, I'd love to take this extreme zone, but you can see we actually have multiple supply zones over here. Yeah, so we can still use our Fibonacci to. So we have one on 0.5. I'll be ignoring that. And then we have one on 0.7 and 0. And yeah, and the extreme. So I have just one on 0.7. So I would love to take trades from any of these two supply zones that give me an entry confirmation. Right now, there's no counter trend buy setup, but looking to the left a little bit, we had a demand zone here that has been touched, but you can see what happened. Touched the demand zone, went up, it's trying to come back again. Probably it might just continue going down. Then if it breaks this low over here, there's going to be a new demand, a new supply formed at this point. If there's a break of structure here, there's a break of structure here, there's going to be a new supply zone at this point. But then these are still the two high probable supply zone that will give us high probability trades. All right, so I think that will be all for now, guys. This is playing out nicely, and we also have one pair here. Yeah, like I said, it should still create a wick. I was not expecting to continue pumping up. it should create a wick down and then continue moving up. Okay. Volatility 75 index is also approaching the supply. Remember, if it touches the supply first before touching this demand, you might not really need to look for buy opportunities again. But if you still get buy entry, you can enter and make some pips before it relieves you. So this is also selling off. And as this created the wick, now you can see this candle as a wick already. So there's high probability it doesn't come up to inside of these wicks here. But compared to this one has no wick at all. Has no wick at all. So the high probability still comes down to create a wick before going up. All right. So I believe you guys have gotten a little bit of information on volatility 75 index and the likes, on how to trade at different times, at just one single time frame, and another time frame for your entry confirmation. So you can use any time frame for your entry confirmation, depends on your style. That will be all for now. If you have any question, let me know in the comment section. If you love this video, give it a beautiful and a big thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel. It goes a long way. That will be all for now. If you need any question concerning my mentorship, it's 100 USD. One-on-one is also available. It's a lifetime mentorship. You get access to my signals, my setups, my private trading room with over 100 traders. Peace, guys. That will be all for today. I'm out.